to the Reckless Podcast with Aaron and Damo. We're two old friends who went to middle school and high school together. We were roommates in college. And so we decided to add our voices to the worldwide conversation. And so we bring you the Reckless Podcast.
Summertime.
Summertime. And unfortunately, you're stuck with the two of us today. I
No,
know it's been a while since
right.
you've seen that.
That has been a while.
So how's the summer going?
Summer was good, man.
Yeah, it's good summer so far.
We're both 1 year older.
Right. We both have summertime birthdays, about a
July.
week from each other.
July, baby.
Yes, indeed. So I guess it's been a pretty good summer for me since I haven't told anybody to go to hell or something. So that's a win for me.
Yeah, definitely a win.
I feel good about myself for that.
I'm proud of you, man.
Thank you.
I'm
Appreciate
proud. Now, let's see if
man.
you can make it through the rest of the summer.
The rest of the year.
And the rest of the year. Oh, we got some Reckless Podcast paraphernalia.
Super dope. We got mugs and hats.
We're becoming
and
official.
I'm not going to wear my hat because it would, not match me.
Yeah, you're fine.
I'm matchy.
I'm going to keep taking mine off right now. But if you would like to purchase, we're not ready for you yet.
But let us know if you're interested.
So, I had fun at my birthday party. Which,
yeah.
You weren't able to make it.
Unfortunately, I was out of town, but I
think you would have. I think you would have enjoyed it.
I'm sure I would have probably got put out for a few technical fouls.
Hey, it was anything goes, man. And
Yeah.
knuckleball. I don't know if you guys know about knuckleball, but have you saw the videos?
Yeah,
right?
basically you're in giant bubbles,
Right.
and you bounce and take people down.
Which was much better than the original idea of a sumo wrestling party.
Now we should talk about our sumo wrestling stories right here, because in random public places we used to just break out
about that.
and sumo wrestle.
Yeah, both lift our leg up.
Yeah, like we'd be in the gym after a basketball game.
I think we got some pictures on Facebook.
Yeah,
about
I think so.
That's funny, man. We were
sumo
crazy,
wrestling.
man. I didn't even think about
College,
think about
man. That's actually why I thought you were doing the sumo wrestling party. But did y'all have the suits? And
Yeah,
stuff?
so I was trying to get the suits.
Okay.
And so, Vashy and I went up to go pick the suits up because it was like some crazy charge for them to deliver it, like $175 or something
wow.
like that for them just to deliver it to my house when
Excuse me.
they weren't far. But then we realized it was far,
Okay.
driving all the way out to Towson.
Oh yeah, it's a
And I was
hike.
just like, it was like brutal because, when you travel within the state or in Maryland in general, like you don't think, if it's in Maryland, you don't think it's that far.
Right. Maryland
then-
is a larger state than we give credit to.
Right. And so I'm driving, and then I'm driving,
And driving.
and then driving. I'm like, I didn't prepare for no long distance trip, man.
we kind of get mistaken to think Maryland is PG County, Howard County, Montgomery County. There's a lot more to this crazy state than that.
But nonetheless, we made it all the way up there in the hot Sanford and Son truck that we borrowed from
y'all
my
took
dad.
the Sanford and Son.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was still around.
Well, no, not the black one.
Oh.
He got a new Sanford and Son.
Oh, New Sanford and Son. Okay.
A upgraded version. That's
But
not
still
really
Sanford and
upgrade.
Son.
Yeah. And it's a stick shift too, so
Yikes.
if you don't do that consistently, like it wears on your legs.
Yeah.
So I'm driving this whole trip up there with no AC,
No good.
windows down. Actually not sweating like a
Sheesh.
monjigi out there. So we get there and then they pull out the suits and they got bird doodoo on it.
No good.
It had like a split at the belly. It had paint on it. I'm like, I'm not taking this.
Well, let's not say the name of the company so we don't get sued.
Baltimore's best.
Oh, no.
They were
They're going
terrible.
to sue you.
I don't care. You should go sue me for having a terrible product. And so then they couldn't find the inflatable ring. And so I'm like, okay.
How do you not find your own stuff?
I have no idea. And so I was fortunate enough to work with someone else who had the idea of knockerball. And I was like, I've heard of it.
Yeah.
But I couldn't remember what it was, and he showed me some videos, and I was like, "Oh yeah!" And so we were able to get like 6 different knockerballs.
Oh,
So
that's good.
More people were included,
Right.
and my mom was out there, my aunts,
That's cool.
my cousins, females and males, everybody, friends, neighbors. Actually, my neighbors didn't actually do it, but they were watching.
Okay.
Everybody deplete each other.
Yeah.
But it was pretty interesting. I mean, they had this one game where it's kind of like manhunt. So one person's in the middle, and then the rest of the five other people are on one side, and they have to run past him without getting knocked down. And if whoever gets knocked down now joins him,
Oh
and
wow,
so
okay,
you got to knock down everybody else until it's the last man standing. In
yeah,
a sense, but it was fun, man. I think I'm gonna do it again
that's cool.
one of these days.
Yeah,
So how was your? I know you were out in was it North Carolina?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
How did you spend your birthday?
My birthday. Uh, well, I did have a little small get together with my family that I didn't really expect.
Right.
Unfortunately, we had a death in the family, so the
Oh.
family was getting together to kind of plan and
Right.
finalize some stuff. And then they, had a cake and everything for me and
Oh,
sang
that's
happy
nice.
birthday. They sang happy birthday like 2 or 3 times. Like they sang when I came in, and then I was like, "All right, I'm about to leave." At the end of the day, they were like, "No, you can't go yet," and I was like, I'm about to go. So they were like, no, we got to sing happy birthday. And I was like, but you did
Right.
already. So then they sang, had cake and stuff. So it was nice. Unexpected, but, it was a good time with family and everything.
Yeah, I know. I know Nikki was trying to do when I talked to her. She was trying to do some cooking to have like dinner over your house or something.
Yeah,
But I guess that kind of
we'll see.
it's still pending.
I don't know. And we'll also see if she's watching.
Hey, Nikki. But
So
yeah,
what
man.
else has gone on this summer?
I don't know, man. Nothing on my end, but a lot of craziness around the world. Starting with the uh the national conventions.
Yeah, the political conventions. Those were interesting.
Yeah,
Uh,
very.
Very. I think the Democrats kind of had the upper hand because
Oh,
they
for
went
sure.
second, and so they got to see all of the mistakes, I guess,
Hmm.
or whatever you want to call it. They got to see the approach of the Republican Party, and then make some adjustments to their own convention the week after. So
Yeah, because I think the knock on the Republican National Convention was the fact that there was so much like fear involved,
yeah,
and people were came out of that with like a sense of I don't know what's going on with the world, and the world is so terrible, and everything's terrible,
yeah,
and we're all going to die
right.
eventually, and
And that's the one note that they hit consistently was be scared,
yeah,
be scared, be
hmm,
scared, be scared. And to contrast that, the Democrats had a whole melody of notes. They talked, the diversity was
right,
amazing. Like it was a direct contradiction.
hmm,
And like Hillary said, you hear Donald Trump say, "I alone can fix it." And then you hear Hillary Clinton and the Democrats say, "Let's fix this thing
yeah,
together."
we can
So
do it.
yeah, we can do it. So it was
And then, but
very
even
interesting.
even to the, they made the point of saying like it's really not as bad as it's
Yeah,
coming off, and we are unified and we
right,
are together, and we can do better
right.
together opposed to just
Now let's discuss this whole Bernie Sanders scandal and uh,
scandal.
the fact that they found out that the chair of the DNC was supporting Hillary Clinton the whole time secretly, and they found emails and
Oh
stuff to support that.
yeah. I forgot about that.
And so that was an interesting way to open up the convention.
Yeah, and it's kind of like, oh well.
Yeah, they swept it on the rug and moved on
Yeah, you would
like
think
it
it
was
would it
okay.
would have more ramifications, but
Yeah,
I guess that's what we live in. I mean, the political climate that we live in, like,
and I guess that's what everyone expected anyway.
right.
But to find the emails and whoever hacked that, that's just
I
crazy.
mean, her relationships are so deep, man. Just
Yeah,
just seeing like how much support she has and how she's able to do things. I don't know if we mentioned this in a podcast in the past, but I remember seeing an article talking about the Google Trends, and I don't know if we talked about
I
it or
don't
not.
remember that.
But pretty much, if you type in Hillary, um, and then like the letter C, it'll go to criminal reform or Hillary uh, takes action or it's something in regards to something positive that she's done, opposed to um, like if you and I were to go and look at it, it would say like Hillary crime and
Wow.
Hillary criminal. but they were altering the Google. No, actually, I'm sorry. If you go and look at GoogleTrends.com, you
Yeah.
can see that the trends isn't actually um,
Wow.
what is led to believe. Like, so I guess I gotta
It's
explain it
kind of
better.
been manipulated a little bit to spin it positively for her.
Exactly.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say. And so that was causing some controversy because
I actually had never heard
yeah,
that
it's an
story.
article out there. Like
Wow.
if you go to GoogleTrends.com and you'll see that the trend is Hillary crime and Hillary this and that. But if you actually search it as like just a regular search, it'll
Yeah.
show criminal reform. And so it was almost as if Google was manipulating it to
And I think that's one thing that has come from a life of um, being a politician.
right.
She's been, in the limelight in public service for years and years, and I think that's one of the things you got to do. You got to build relationships, and
It's
unfortunately for
crazy.
her, so many of her relationships always seem to have a taint to it.
Yeah.
Just when you think about the Clinton Foundation, and all these other situations, everything has a bit of a negative hue to it
Right.
these days. And so many people. There go naked Sozo,
Yeah. Sozo
bald head.
lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, 30 pounds worth of hair.
You're right. Got a haircut and it looked like he got a total
He
makeover.
bald like me. But
Rat dog.
so many of her relationships just seem to be not working in her favor,
Right.
or making the perception of her seem to be corrupt and all that. So I can't say one way or another, but it doesn't always look good. It looks kind of crazy.
No, it's definitely sketchy, man. But you know, it's one of those things. It's just the lesser of two evils in a sense.
Yeah.
I like Hillary. I've grown to like her more. Surprisingly, like
The
I don't.
the convention kind of put me in her corner. I'm
Right.
with her.
Yeah, it's
I'm
something
with her.
about the way her and Bill Clinton responded to the balloons as they came down.
Now, I would have thought he was a 3-year-old. He was so excited. He's got to be, I think he's 70 something.
Yeah,
This
they're all
70
around the same
something
age. Yeah.
year old man looked like it was his
He
birthday.
ain't never seen
And
balloons before.
right, like he was seeing balloons for the first time.
That was so funny. We gotta do a clip or something on that. Maybe we'll
Yeah,
add it
that
or
would be
something.
good.
But that was hilarious. I was like, he's like a kid in a candy store.
Yeah,
But hey,
white hair and everything.
right. So to go talk more about the Democratic National Convention, it was interesting the amount of speakers they had and the diversity in the speakers they had. And one of the speakers happened to be um, Mr. Khan, who was
Yes,
the father of
a fallen
a
soldier
fallen
who
soldier.
happens to be Muslim.
Exactly. And it talked about sacrifices and pretty much called out Donald Trump and said, "What sacrifices have you made?"
Yeah, and also he said Donald Trump doesn't know the Constitution. You can borrow my copy. It was just
It's
he was
crazy,
bold.
right? It's
Yeah.
crazy.
I wonder who wrote that speech.
I don't know whoever did it was good, and so Donald Trump obviously responded.
He can't help himself.
Can't help himself.
No one has a handle on him. I've never seen, well, even some stuff that Hillary Clinton has done. It just seems like no one really has a handle on these folks.
Yeah.
For Hillary Clinton to offer a job to the former DNC chair who was accused of, sending these emails saying that she was for Hillary, you can't offer that woman a job.
I didn't know she offered.
She offered a job.
Get out of here.
And if you are going to offer a job,
Wait until you become.
wait till it's not talked about anymore. Don't offer a
Yeah.
job, immediately. And Trump is just a loose cannon.
For sure.
It's wild what
He
he
says
says
whatever the heck
sometimes.
he wants to say,
Yeah,
and it has no like sense of, hey, maybe I shouldn't say this.
Yeah.
It's,
he has no sense of there will be a ramification.
exactly, because it's sad to say, but that's what the Republicans kind of created in a sense,
Yeah.
and we knew about this early on when he would say, "Hey, I can walk out in the street, punch somebody in the face, and my ratings will go higher."
Yeah, I can shoot somebody and I wouldn't lose ground.
What?
Who says that?
what? And this is the
He says,
potential president.
Vladimir Putin in Russia. You should hack America. What?
It's gonna be huge.
You can't say that.
Yeah, I don't see how he can get away with that. And then it get hacked again. It got hacked for a third
Oh,
time right after he
I
said
didn't know
that.
that.
Yeah, it did.
So is this going to be his ultimate downfall?
I don't know. I was watching Larry Wilmore,
Yeah.
and he said he made that comment, was like, is this finally going to be it? Is this the one thing is going to be? And then he said, but there's a history of this, and he went down like a list of 30 things
Right.
that he said or done or implied, and that we all thought was the last
The end of
last
Donald
draw,
Trump.
and it hasn't. But in this case, I think the timing of it was critical because, one, the Khan comment with a fallen soldier, and then the fact that his wife spoke at the National Convention and she was kind of an immigrant, and came off very.
It just seems that something doesn't add up.
Yeah, and the fact
And
that
it-
she plagiarized Michelle Obama's speech, and then now it's
And this
coming
is
out.
is this his second wife or third wife?
I think it's his third.
And I think the other one was his previous wife was not an American as well.
Yeah, so he's getting, you know, backlash from that, and she is, because now people are questioning whether. Yeah, I think there was a period of time, like a year, I think in '96 or something like that, where they have allegations to the point that she wasn't a legal immigrant at the
Oh
time.
wow.
And this is all being traced back to some nude photos that she posted, or she had posted.
Keep your clothes on, people.
Yeah, and so those photos are coming out, and they're time stamping them and saying, "Hey, this happened around this time, and based on records, you weren't
Yikes.
a legal immigrant at the time, or on here
Now,
with a
mind
visa."
you, while that's going on, people from his campaign are still saying Obama is not an American.
It's ridiculous.
Why won't they? I think it was one of his senior advisors was on CNN saying
I did see that, yeah.
that Obama should show his acceptance letter to Harvard,
yeah.
and prove that he was a citizen when he was elected to Harvard, and he wasn't, or when he was, accepted to Harvard, and And so the lady on there was like, well, I'm going to go Beyonce on you, boy, bye. And
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, Zynga.
Right. But it was funny. I mean, to me, I look at that and I have to question the intellect of the people who are raising up these allegations against Obama. This is, if for me to get a job anywhere, I have to prove my citizenship.
Right.
And no matter where it is, even if I want to go work at McDonald's, I have to prove my citizenship.
Yes.
And so you're saying that the government officials and the policies in place at the highest position of the United States of America can't properly vet someone to the point where
Yes.
they can determine whether or not this guy is a citizen or not, and has an education from a particular school. You're insulting all of us.
And I think it goes along with the narrative that this thing is rigged. And that's one thing that Donald Trump has been saying a while now, especially when it comes to Hillary Clinton,
Right.
is that the same rules don't apply to everyone. And, I agree with the premise that the same rules don't apply to everyone, but I disagree with his application of it.
Right.
The same rules don't apply, to all races and classes, people of socioeconomic statuses.
Right.
I don't think it's that if you're a Democrat, if you're Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton, then you can get away with extra stuff. I don't think that's the case.
Nah.
But I do believe there's a lot of inconsistencies and a lot of application of public policies, police measures. There's all kinds of inconsistencies that we see, but not necessarily the way President Obama was allowed to be president and he's not a citizen, and the way Hillary Clinton didn't get indicted, and
Yeah.
I think it's just them trying to stir up and make everybody scared, like we mentioned before.
But and it's interesting. Like, the most hypocritical part of that is there has been a demand for the release of his tax returns,
Yeah,
and
yeah. He won't
that's
do it.
something very simple to do.
And he said that he's being audited, so he won't release them.
Yeah, I bet so he can
I,
correct his
I
wrongs.
think he's tampering with them.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And the fact that it's taking this long for you to fix your wrongs,
Yeah.
come on now. So he'll show him eventually. You're like, look, see,
Yeah, I fixed it.
I fixed it. Yeah,
Crazy.
but that's good old Donald Trump. But enough of Donald Trump.
Plenty.
What I'm happy for is that this is training camp started with NFL football, and
Well, I'm not so happy
why not?
because my people keep getting hurt.
Did you see?
They're dropping like flies.
I
And Tony
didn't-
Romo is as fat as me. Did you see that picture?
He ran out with his belt.
Now, he was never skinny, but he got a gut.
But
like,
it was funny. They try to say, "Oh, it was a bad angle." You got to
Yeah.
get his good side, man.
yeah, I said that too in
Right.
one of my unflattering pictures.
I mean, but he got time though. He can lose whatever weight he needs to lose.
He got time to be.
Did you see
injured.
that video of Dez Bryant trying to catch those balls?
Yeah, I saw you post that video, and I didn't really find the humor in it. But he could not catch to save his life.
Like, dude.
He looked like he was having a stroke or something.
I don't
Like,
know
what's
what
wrong
he
with
was
him?
doing. I mean, to me, I've always felt like Dez is a remarkable athlete, but I don't think he is as good of a ball catcher as we're led to believe.
I agree. He's big and strong.
And athletic.
He's very athletic, but his hands aren't.
No,
He's not excellent with his hands.
no, not at all. But I'm just happy for football because it's taking my mind off of a lot of this craziness that's going
Yeah,
on.
football is always welcome.
And I definitely would not be paying as much attention to the world once football actually
Yeah.
kicks in. So.
Yeah. Yeah, fantasy football. Are you doing any leagues this year?
Yeah. I have 2 consistent leagues that I do every year. Vash is looking at me now because she's like, how many leagues you doing this year? I'm like, I'm doing 10. It's like, no.
I think I'm gonna stick to 2. I did 3. I think 3 was the most I ever did, and I didn't.
And the most I ever did was maybe 4.
Okay.
And I didn't like it. And I tried to just do 2 last year, but then my job wanted me to do 1, so I did 3.
Yeah, I did one on my job last year.
I don't know if I'm gonna do 3 this year. I might stick to 2. I think 2 is a safe ground. Like,
Right. And what's your preference for leagues? Like, I love Yahoo.
yeah, Yahoo's the way to go. Like, I wouldn't do any. I tried ESPN, didn't like it. Tried NFL.com.
I tried NFL.com. I
didn't
didn't
like
really like
it.
that one.
Um,
The scoring, I thought, scoring makes a difference.
Right.
And so the one I'm in with some of my coworkers, scoring is so weird.
yeah.
Like the scores are so low. Like I just, it's all right.
Yeah, I wish Sozo would stop jumping up here. Hey, look, next episode.
Don't disown him because he rat.
Whatever. I contemplated doing the 3rd league, and I contemplated starting that 3rd league because I wanted to do a keeper league because I was talking to one of my old coworkers, and he was saying he does a fantasy football league, and so the top 3 players that you draft, they go back into the pot every year, but anybody after that you can keep, and so
wow.
it makes it interesting. So if you find like a late round gem,
Right.
you get to hold on to them for years.
Yeah, I've been in the matter of fact, I think the league we started with in Bowie, I think you started that one.
Nah,
Was it
Hollywood.
Hollywood? Okay.
Yeah, Hollywood started.
So that one was a keeper league for a while. And so I had Drew Brees for like 5-6 years.
Was it? It started off as a keeper league.
I can't recall if it started off as a keeper league, but it may not have started off.
I don't
as
think
keeper.
so.
But I had Drew Brees for like 5 or 6 years, and then after a while, I was like, no,
Yeah,
like he's not putting up those amazing historic numbers anymore. So
he's definitely
like
not.
I can just draft somebody and maybe get a running back first.
Yeah, so like a Russell Wilson who was drafted in the 4th round.
Yeah,
People can hold on to him forever.
yeah, if you want to.
Yeah, but
Now he
the
playing
Andrew
the
Lucks of the
curtains.
world, huh?
Now the dog playing the curtains.
What's up? What are you doing, man? Go to your mama.
Yeah, listen
Whatever.
to us.
But yeah, so I thought about starting that, but I went into Yahoo to see if I can set it up that way, and I didn't see the options, but I had to take a look at it again.
Yeah, those commissioner options are a little odd.
Yeah, but they saying I read an article talking about I guess asking the question, should you draft Ezekiel Elliott number 1?
Number one.
Number 1. And I'm like,
I'm a
what?
Cowboys fan that wouldn't do that.
It doesn't make any sense. He would never go over Todd Gurley, first of all, and he was a second-year player, or Adrian Peterson, or Andrew. Well, maybe no. I wouldn't put him in the first round at all.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah, because I feel like rookies are so like hit or miss.
Yeah, you don't know.
Yeah.
And granted, there's a great offensive line in Dallas, but that's not necessarily saying that he's going to hit it off.
Right.
And then we have 3, 4 running backs, so we'll see how much time he gets,
Plucked Alfred Morris from us,
which I enjoy.
but I don't think he'll do that great. So I've been obviously following the training camp for the Redskins, and I have to say, I mean, I think we're gonna be pretty good. Although our schedule was like really tough. I don't know.
You all have traditionally had kind of tough schedules. Like in the last few years, it seems like.
I mean, except last year wasn't really tough, and I think that was one of the biggest knocks on Kirk Cousins is that this was one of the years that it wasn't as tough as it has been in the past, and he did, in the eyes of many, okay.
Right. And, usually I follow the Redskins pretty closely because I, was a big fan of the sports radio here locally.
Oh, right.
And with all the changes that 980 made, I have not listened at all.
Really?
I stopped. I can't do it.
Yeah, I remember we talked about this in the earlier episode. Like,
Chris Cooley sucks in the morning.
Yeah,
I don't know if he didn't have his coffee. He doesn't have his coffee, or he just doesn't like being with. Is he with Sheehan now? Yeah,
Sheehan. Yeah, they don't. He doesn't seem to gel with anybody. And
I thought he and what's his name, Galdi did well together.
Right.
But with he and Sheehan, he doesn't seem like Sheehan at all.
And what's interesting is when him and what's the other guy? Zabe, when they first started.
They butted heads for a while.
Yeah, it was like two chiefs, man.
Yeah, Zabe was trying to school them. Like,
but then they eventually
they worked it out,
and
they did well.
And then they changed it, and I was like, I don't understand why you're changing it now. And so like he's like you said, now he's in the morning, and they both seem irritated at each other.
Yeah, and I don't listen to that, and then I will not listen to Zabe.
See, I like Zabe.
I would listen to Zabe because Cooley was there to like offset Zabe being
right
a jerk, but. Now, who is he with now? He's with
Tom Lavero.
No, Tom Lavero retired, didn't he?
No, he's there.
He's there.
Yeah, and I thought he retired too. Remember, because we talked about that. It was like he was gone somehow, but yeah, he's on the show. The last few times I've listened to it.
Wow, I didn't realize
he's
that.
He's been on there, and they took it back to the sports reporters.
The sports reporters with Andy Poland.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, nonetheless, I know Deshaun Jackson has been burning Josh Norman in training camp, but they say
that's good practice.
Yeah, and what they say is it's all in, like, the receivers have the advantage when you're going one-on-one all the time.
He'll burn most corners.
Yeah,
with ease.
But you know who I think is gonna have a better year? Breedland.
Really?
Rashad Breedland. Yeah, I think he's gonna have a better year. And I love what Scott McCloughan's doing, man. He's actually bringing in like some talent, and we have consistent talent every year he's drafted. But I don't know about y'all Cowboys.
Man, they keep getting hurt.
So who's the latest that got hurt?
One of the quarterbacks went down.
The quarterback?
One of the backup quarterbacks. So now we're shopping for a backup quarterback.
Yeah, because I know y'all had.
He broke his ankle, I think.
Was it Dak Prescott? No. That's the rookie, right?
No, it's not the rookie. So I can't remember who it was now.
Kellen Moore. Y'all still had Kellen Moore?
That must have been who it was.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because I know y'all were trying to get Nick Foles. And I thought we should have got him. I would rather have Nick Foles over Colt McCoy.
But I don't think he's going to come cheap.
Yeah, well, he's going to the Chiefs.
Yeah, but I was saying, well, how much did they say how much he was signed for?
I didn't see.
Okay.
But, whatever.
Yeah.
Football in general this year, I think is going to be interesting. And they changed the touchback. It's not at the 20-yard line now. It's at the 25.
25, yeah.
Yeah, so I guess they're trying to get more returns after they.
Well, just move the other line back, the kickoff back where it was.
But then they don't want to have injury.
You can't have it both ways.
I know.
And I know we trying to have, something entertaining but not killing, the players. but the only solution to make football not violent is to take out tackling.
Right.
And so, all these, little adjustments are, not really helping the
Yeah.
game.
I mean,
I think they're starting to see that now.
yeah, they know NFL players. They know what they signed up for. Simple as
They
that.
do, and they will kill themselves
Hmm.
for the glory. Like the gridiron is something. It's a drug that can't be. You just can't take yourself off of it.
Yeah. So I mean, but in the meantime, we have the Olympics.
Yeah,
And
y'all have the Olympics. 'Cause
you don't watch the Olympics?
I probably won't.
Really? Do you prefer the Summer Olympics over the Winter Olympics?
Oh,
Or?
for sure.
Okay.
But I probably won't watch much of it.
I like them. I like them both. Um, but obviously, like I like the summer because you can. It's more entertaining and there's more things
Right.
and it's more relatable in a sense. I mean,
Yeah.
running, basketball,
Yeah.
lifting weights, like stuff like that. It's more relatable. But you just have to get up here, huh? You're gonna have to sit still. But I actually look forward to track.
That's probably one of the more entertaining Olympic
Yeah,
sports.
Usain Bolt, man.
Yeah.
He is a
Like,
beast.
like you get consistent competition in track.
Right.
Some of the other sports, it's a blowout. You don't really know what you're going to get.
Right.
Track is always a storyline,
Mm-hmm.
and there's always going to be something that you can take away from it to talk about at work the next day.
Yeah. And swimming is always. And Michael Phelps come back for his 5th Olympics. Or
Yeah,
something
I
like
think that's a record. I think, right?
that? I don't know, but it's a lot.
Yeah,
And he already broke the record on medals. I think he had like 18 gold medals
yeah.
or something like that.
So hopefully he'll stop smoking that weed.
I watched the ESPN special with him. They were talking about him and his abuse, which they kind of glossed over.
Of course.
And I was just like, if it was anybody else, they would have ran that man through the mud.
Yes.
He was a drug addict and this, and they tried their best not to use those words.
Of course.
Drug addict. He faced his demons and like,
He faced his drug addiction.
But it was interesting to me that him and what you call it, Ray Lewis were connected.
Yeah, from Baltimore.
Yeah.
Good Baltimore connection. They
And
both had their share of, legal stuff going on.
for sure. And then I guess he had checked into some rehab facility in Arizona,
Okay.
and then uh, Ray Lewis had gave him a book called Purpose Driven Life.
Oh, okay.
I've seen it before. I think the author is Rick Warren.
Yeah.
I actually wanted to
Pretty sure it's Rick Warren.
I want to read it.
I think that was his biggest book, and they had a million spin-offs: the Purpose Driven Church, the Purpose Driven
right,
Youth
right,
Ministry, the Purpose Driven this and that. So I think that was definitely what really kind of blew his name up.
But with the Olympics, what's interesting is, the biggest stories that's coming out of Olympics is Zika and the dangers
Negative
of,
stuff.
Yeah, and it's crazy to me, with this whole Zika virus, like the timing of it is like
Yeah.
it makes me raise question.
Like I guess it was like a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, when they first started talking about the dangers and all these viruses in the water.
Right.
I thought for sure they were going to move it.
You thought? Oh,
I
really?
thought they were going to move the Olympics.
It's too big to.
Yeah, I guess
people,
that's
they prepared for that. Well, they found out they were going to get the Olympics in 2009 or something like
yeah.
that.
It's like 5-10 years before.
Yeah, so I mean, they've been preparing for this, and we built stadiums and all that kind of stuff.
Right, but also part of their preparation was supposed to be a cleanup of the water. And they didn't hold up their end of the bargain as far as, making sure the conditions were safe and all that kind of stuff. So that's why I thought they were going to pull it, because they didn't, clean it up like they were supposed to.
Right.
And, granted, that's a heck of a cleanup
Right.
operation that they would have to take on. And I don't know if it was plausible for them to do that.
I don't know. Yeah. I just know I'm a bit of a conspiracy theorist, and this whole Zika mess got my mind thinking, for something that originated in Africa and somehow is now in Brazil, and is like Brazil is like the hub of Zika. And the fact that I read a couple articles like a couple years ago talking about how Brazil's economy was on a rise, and like the automobile industry was really booming,
Oh
and
wow.
they were, um, really, I guess, not becoming a superpower, but they
They
were
were
get
on the
climbing the
rise.
ranks.
Right.
And all of a sudden, they win the bid for the Olympics, which is a major thing, and then um, they end up getting all of these issues with Zika, and then the economy is not doing as well anymore. And I don't know, man. It seems like somebody is sabotaging Brazil, and I don't know. That's just my theory. I don't know.
I guess that's very possible,
Yeah,
but I would wonder what would be the reason behind it. Like, is it just to prevent them from ascending the ranks and rising to power, or
I
is this
think I mean
somebody sleep with somebody's wife?
I think the first part is would be the main reason, but you never know. People do crazy things for crazy reasons,
Yeah.
and this I've been watching Hell on Wheels. I think I told you about that, and it's not helping me with my
Oh,
conspiracy
that's the
theories.
the train track.
Yeah, so it pretty much talks about like the how the railroad system was created
Okay.
and the competition that was um, had through the creation of the the railroads, and so how people would pretty much do anything at all costs to make sure that their name was stamped
Wow.
on the creation of the railroad. Or
Yeah.
and you got to think most of the land and most of the I guess the things that we know it has owned now was up for grabs then,
Right.
and so people wanted like a stake in everything, and so them catching a stake in everything or in different things created controversy,
Right.
corruption, and people just killing people to get here and bending the
Yeah.
rules. And most of the rules and laws that we have established now weren't established back then.
Yeah.
And so it's interesting,
And it
man,
is it
the
and it
lengths that
created
people will
politics.
exactly, and how crooked politics were.
Are
The lengths that people will go, yeah, are to get their way.
right.
And so that's why my will my mind is spinning when it comes to like Brazil and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's just my thought.
Yeah. So maybe I'll catch an event here or there, but I'm not one of those people who are like going to sit down and watch it, faithfully, every event, all that kind of stuff. My favorite events. Eh, I watch whatever's on when I'm bored.
Yeah, I mean, it'll probably like I said, track will probably be something I'll look out for. I don't really care about the basketball. Um,
If they don't come home with the gold, then I'm gonna talk trash.
oh, for sure.
Hey, beat people, by 40 points and then lose at the end. No, that's not
Yeah,
okay.
and if they lose, it's because they're showboating
Right,
and not taking it seriously.
right.
Um, Swimming, I'll probably check out.
So, like, what about like these rowing and all this stuff that's supposed to be taking place
Oh,
on
in the
like
dirty water.
that nasty Zika field?
With mosquitoes everywhere, huh?
Yeah, don't send your pregnant wife over there kind of water. Like, I really thought people would refuse, and there are some people who have abstained, for safety reasons. But for the most part, people, there ain't that much love for the country in this world to put me in that water. I would not fish in
But
that. If fishing was an Olympic sport, I couldn't do it.
I, I think it goes more to the fact that I've been preparing for this for the last 4 years, and for me to just say, "Oh, I'm not going," I don't know. I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I can do it. If I was preparing and I gave up everything to train for the Olympics, and then the year came, and you're gonna tell me I shouldn't go because of Zika.
Because your life is at
But
danger.
the life ain't. I don't think. I think you can. I think it passes through you. I don't. Maybe I don't know enough about
Oh,
Zika,
I
but
don't. I don't really
I
know
don't
anything
think
about
it
it.
is. If treated, I think you can survive it. It's just the effects that it has on your children in the short
Oh,
term.
okay.
So you produce a child, then more than likely the child will come out with deformities.
Okay.
And so I think in Brazil they're telling the women to abort their babies.
Wow.
Yeah, and they're actually telling people to try not to have babies right now.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's gotten that bad. So
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
yeah,
I think I would I would not go there.
I mean, in this current state that I'm in, you know, married, you know, praying for kids, I wouldn't go.
Right.
But if I was single, you know, and I was training for the Olympics, I would go. Why
And
not?
watch, watch my friends come home with a third ear on their forehead. I ain't getting there.
I was thinking like the Simpsons when they had the nuclear water and had the fish had three eyes,
Yeah.
and it was crazy.
I just started back watching The Simpsons like this week.
Shame on you.
Oh man, it's so funny.
Shame on you.
It's so funny.
I haven't watched the Simpsons in a minute.
Yeah, this week I was just happen to be bored and it's on like FX every day
Right.
for like a few hours.
Good old Bart Simpson.
Yeah, man.
Always getting choked out.
Always.
But I mean, just to I guess finish up with the Olympics, man. NBC. I tried to watch the opening ceremony, and shame on you, NBC. Did that
Hopefully they see this.
right? The tape delay, and every 3 minutes of content, you had like 5 minutes of commercial, and I'm just like, what? I couldn't get through it.
Yeah, the delay was interesting to me.
Yeah,
And so it was a 30-minute or an hour delay so
Yeah,
they
yeah, yeah.
could make sure whatever messages or whatever, protest type demonstrations people made, they could control and weed out if necessary and basically control the message that they send. And they paid like almost $2 billion for the rights to air the Olympics in America.
right.
So I understand them wanting to protect the investment and
the
all that kind of
interest.
stuff. But at the same time, it's just to open the ceremony. Like all they can do is, wave a flag and say don't kill black people. Like what are they going to do
Right.
that's so going to be so bold that would need to be censored?
I don't know. I don't know. And I mean, the fact that it was censored is an issue,
Yeah,
but you know, it is what it is. I mean, what can we do other than do what we're doing now?
absolutely.
Is try to build a platform
Right.
to
Control your own conversation.
exactly. But I don't know. I don't know. But outside of that, man, my summer's been good.
That's good.
And hopefully the Olympics are good. I mean, we'll come back and talk about it later. After we watch it,
After
whatever
you watch it.
watch whatever we watch. You're not gonna get a whole lot of coverage from us on the Olympics, but hey,
Yeah.
you'll get something.
So you mentioned that Hell on Wheels show.
Yeah,
So what else? What other shows are you watching?
that's it. I mean, other than MasterChef, I'm watching MasterChef now.
Okay.
I watched Bastion and I watch that every year, and Married at First Sight. Have you seen that?
No, but I've heard people talk about it.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty interesting. I'm not gonna blame this one on my wife this time.
Yeah, for a change.
But because I'm actually interested, it's interesting, like because the whole psychological aspect of it, they have trained experts to match people, and they say, hey, this is the qualities in this person, this is the qualities in this person. Let's see if they can work together,
Right.
and develop a good relationship. And it's interesting. Like the last season was pretty interesting to me because the people we thought were going to survive ended up not. Actually, I don't think any of them stayed married, which is crazy. And
Married at First Sight. What do you expect?
but in the past seasons, people have stuck together.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah. Yes. So, I mean, it's not like
So I didn't know the show has been going on for a while.
I think this is like maybe the fourth episode.
I-
Fourth season.
I had no idea. I thought it was like maybe just the second season.
Oh, it's just the fourth season,
Wow.
and it's fun because you kind of predict. You say, hey, this is my. You cast your predictions in advance, and then you see it unfold.
Yeah.
And the drama that comes out of it. I'm not crazy into drama, but sometimes it's entertaining. And this is kind of like a clean entertainment because it's
Right.
two married couples and trying to figure out each other. And sometimes, man, the experts get it wrong.
I can believe it.
They get it wrong.
Yeah, super wrong.
And I don't. I mean, other than that, I don't have any other shows. What about you?
So I'm basically just watching three shows for the most part. Two of them are kind of controversial. First, I'm watching old episodes of Survivor.
Is that the controversial one?
No, it's not the controversial one. For some reason, like think a couple years ago, I started watching old stuff on like Amazon Prime or something like that.
Right.
And so now I'm watching other seasons that weren't on Amazon Prime at the time. So
Mhm.
I love Survivor. Like as a kid, I never even thought about it, but
Right.
now for some reason, I love watching them people out there suffer and try to kill each other.
Right.
Like they are so angry after eating only rice
Right.
for 30 days.
They
Like,
hangry.
yeah, they
They
hangry.
need a Snickers.
So that's the one, and then the other two shows are kind of controversial in the Christian community, especially for the Black church. The Preachers, which is
Jesus.
the pilot
I
test.
hope it gets canceled.
Have you even watched it?
I wa-
Like half
I
an
watched.
episode.
I watched one episode and it was the worst episode
Exactly.
ever.
You watched the worst segment, and that's one of the controversial shows that
Well, one, I'm not a big fan of Jamal Bryant, so he to me is controversy in itself.
I agree.
He's like the meaning of controversy
I
when it comes
agree.
to church.
But I like two of the other guys. I like John Gray.
John Gray is awesome.
I like John Gray a lot, and I like Dewey Smith a lot.
See, I don't know that about him.
So it's a controversial show.
What's the other show you talking about?
Greenleaf.
What's that about?
That's the show. It's a drama TV show on OWN about a black church, and there's just a lot of drama in the family history, and they're like a mega church, and they're trying to, I think, it's just a lot going on in some of the day-to-day operations of the church and family history and all kinds of craziness that go on in the family. Uh, the mother is like mean to the daughter. The daughter is the father's favorite, and so it's really controversial. One, because it doesn't put the church in the best light.
Right.
Um,
Which I haven't seen too many church shows that has.
no,
You know,
not at all.
Mary's probably the closest one, but even them, they got
They can get ghetto
crazy,
too.
crazy issues.
They can get ghetto. I love them girls though. They are entertaining. Except when Tina be, flipping out and late and and then yell and then she yell at everybody else. You knew I was gonna be late. I ain't never on time. You just be patient and I'll be there when I get there. How is that okay?
Like, what?
That's not okay with me. You're
Right.
fired.
I don't understand her logic sometimes.
She doesn't have logic. She just has emotions.
She wears
She's
her
not even
emotions
trying
on her
to
sleeve.
be,
She has a tailor-made emotion
garment.
garment. It's just fit. She's fitted in it. It's just like, oh my god.
Yeah.
But and what's crazy, I feel bad for the other sister. What's her name?
Erica.
Erica, because she has, to me, she's given the most, like, as far as sacrificing her time and all and commitment and all that kind of stuff. But the moment she tries to think about herself, she gets ridiculed
Yes.
and
They
beat
run her through
down.
the mud
And she's like, what? And you can tell it's not natural for her
to be selfish.
to be selfish.
Yeah, I agree.
And so when she makes it up in her mind that she has to be in order to get where she needs to go, they crucify her, man. And I feel bad for her, man.
Me too. Yeah, so those are basically the shows I'm watching. And I think a lot of people have like you saw the episode of The Preachers with Monique and
Right.
all that stuff that went on there, and that wasn't the best representation. That was not a good segment in my opinion. But they did discuss that on a later episode of why they kind of had the conversation the way they did.
Right.
And so the reason why I was kind of interested in the show is because basically they're doing what we're doing.
Right.
They're trying to control some of the way they're perceived and control some of the conversation for their population, for black male preachers. But also, the difference is that they have a network that is pushing some other stuff with
Yeah.
them. And so they don't really control the conversation, but they are having some conversations that at least need to be had. So it's some stuff on it I don't agree with. Some stuff I think is just flat out wrong.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I appreciate the attempt.
Right.
But I hope it's I hope they refine it and perfect it a little bit more going forward for sure.
I honestly don't see that show lasting, to be honest.
You're hoping. You're hoping they don't last.
I mean, nah. I mean, like you said, if they're genuinely trying to change the message and portray, you know, um, the demographic in a good light, then hey,
Yeah, and then the thing that I was really happy to hear when Jamal Bryant said that little comment about I believe in open marriages. I just forgot to tell my wife. He said that his mama called him and like fussed him out.
oh
Like, do
really?
you believe that? So I was like, oh yeah, that's good.
Right, yeah.
So he said,
It's,
forget the rest of y'all, but mama, I don't believe in open marriages.
that's funny.
So I'm glad to hear that his
Oh,
mama got
good,
after him.
good. Maybe I'll check it out again.
Yeah, well, probably not.
Right, or not.
You'll at least say it.
No, I will look at it again. But you know, before we close, I do want to ask you this one question: how much different is your summer now than it was as a kid?
Drastically. Drastically. Summer as a kid was such a happy time. Like, you went outside, played in the pool, did whatever. Of course, before I've had to get a job, but
Right.
other than that,
You know, it's fine. I thought about that the other day, and I was thinking that it sucks because you don't have your free time and all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, I got money now. You know what
now
I'm
that's
saying?
true.
And I got a job where I can actually do things I want to do. So for me, I kind of enjoy it. You know, as an adult.
I would much rather not to have to get up every morning
True.
and leave the house.
Yeah.
Like in the summer when I was younger, if I left the house, that was a big day.
But yeah. So
All right, so I think that about wraps it up for today.
yeah.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of the Reckless Podcast. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. Let us know what you think about some of the topics we talked about, the Olympics, summertime fun, birthdays, all that kind of stuff. We'll catch you next time on the Reckless Podcast.